As you know, Philippe has been trying to restore our old Thwaites Dumper, and although at first it went really well and he made progress each week, the final stages proved to be a challenge. The dumper did start running, but badly. First, the fuel pump wasn't doing its job properly, then the fuel injectors turned out to be worn, and the day Philippe cleaned those and replaced some parts, it finally ran super smooth. And just when he thought, yes, I'm finally there, the starter gave in. Now, finding a new starter is not easy. It needs to be rebuilt specifically for this old 60s machine, it's not exactly cheap, and it all has to come from the UK. That means it costs time, and time is something we don't really have, not if we'd like to keep our feet out of the mud this winter. So we had to make a decision. Summer had clearly announced itself with 2 heat waves already behind us, the days were drier than ever, and so was the soil. If we wanted to make the best of what the weather was offering us this year, especially compared to last year, we had to act now. That's why we decided to spend part of our renovation budget on a new second-hand dumper, just so we can keep moving forward. Does this mean we've abandoned our old red dumper? Absolutely not. But now we feel relieved because both jobs, finishing the excavation behind the old barn and the driveway in the front, can continue without the pressure of having to get the red dumper back in order quickly. And if you've been following from the start, you'll know the importance of these 2 projects to the next phases in our renovation of the buildings like the barn and the house.
Done. Let's try to get all of it. Voilà. Hop. Well, that went pretty smoothly. Ta-da! You can mount this one on your wall or on your eave, by the way. You can turn this all around, so if you have eaves you can do it like this and then turn the camera or turn this. This is all adjustable. Okay.
Welcome to Reolink. Please install the Reolink app and scan the QR code on the camera.
I have the Reolink app. Okay, new camera from Reolink. The camera itself is actually a bit the same like the one that I took off. So they're both 4K, 8 megapixels, 180 degrees. So it watches from one end over there until the other end, and it stitches both camera angles together. So it has 2 cameras. The biggest difference on this, it has floodlights. And because it has floodlights, it needs power, so it takes power through cable. So it's not with a solar panel and the battery, it's connected to the grid, so 230 volts or 120 if you're in America. So I'll be using it because I can turn these on manually. When I'm working here with the dumper, I really want to start going again and I want to get it done quickly before we start to get rains again. So I'll probably be working at night, so this will be helping me a lot. I'm looking forward to tonight, so I can put it on and show you guys how much it will light up. Okay, the camera from the back of the barns I'm gonna install there at the end of our veg garden to keep an eye on it. Let's see if any deer get in here. We've seen deer around the fence, but not inside the fence, so it should be okay. And if not, it's to keep an eye on Anisha.
Op een gegeven moment, als we onze
Ja, bitte. Ja, doe maar, doe maar. Voilà, dat ding. Veeg maar een beetje. The chicken is not happy, but laid his egg. Or she laid her egg.
Now it's time to put the Reolink Elite Floodlight Wi-Fi camera to the test. One of its standout features is the powerful floodlight, adjustable between 0 and 3000 lumens. To give you an idea, a single candle is about 100 lumens. You can also adjust the color temperature of the light from a warm 3000 Kelvin to a cool 6000 Kelvin, depending on your preference or the time of the day. There are multiple lighting modes to choose from: motion activated, ambient dusk to dawn lighting, or even an always on setting if you want continuous security lighting. Check out the link in the description if you're curious about the Elite Floodlight Wi-Fi and how Reolink cameras can help protect your home, property or outbuildings. They offer a variety of options for all kinds of security situations.
Alright, the new dumper we bought, well, new to us, it's a 2012 Thwaites, same brand as the red one, 1800 hours, low hours, and I do think they are correct. This is still the original seat and it's still in good condition. I looked at a lot of other ones that are for sale, and if they have a higher mileage, a higher hour count, then the seat is completely torn. It is in good shape. I tested it over there because now I know a little bit about dumpers. I had a look over the machine. I did a little bit of testing. There was not much space to do a lot of testing, but it sounded well, it started well. There's not that much play on the hinges or anything. The only thing that's typical is the machine wasn't greased, and I told him, I told him, why didn't you grease it? Ah, yeah, I should grease it. Yeah, of course you should grease it. It costs nothing. Buy yourself a machine if you have a big machine that costs 10-20,000 euros or whatever. I think 200 euros and a little bit of grease does not, well, you know what I mean. The only thing is there's a lot of surface rust on top, but that's because it's been outside. I had a look at the chassis, and the chassis, all the paint is almost all there, and even the rails underneath. So I think it did not have a rough life yet. It was used on the road because the tires are used, still the original ones, but used. I think it was used on pavement a lot. Because if it had been used like I was using it, or other ones, then the chassis rails and everything would be damaged. It has a little bit of dents on the front tip, but that's normal because when you fill it with an excavator, it's normal. So, but it's quite okay. And it is a bigger one. This is a 3-ton machine. If I would put my red one next to it, it's a 2-ton machine. There is a difference. Yeah, all in all, I think it has been a good buy, and for a lot of people they will be happy. It has a security bar, so I can flip it up, which I will do. So as you can see here, you can clearly see this is all from water just standing. Then you go towards the chassis rails, underneath everything is perfect condition. And for people who are wondering, why do you grease a machine, and especially all those joints that are moving, you gotta imagine this is a metal bar that goes into a metal sleeve like this, and it's always moving. Your excavator or whatever is moving up and down, up, down, up, down. So you're creating friction in there. So you want grease. Why do you want grease? It's to keep water and dust, sand and everything out, because that's the thing. They run them dry, and then the water and the sand and everything is in there, and you're just grinding. And then the play becomes bigger. And then you have machines, when you put your excavator a little bit to the side, they start wobbling and not as accurate anymore. That's exactly why you need to grease. It will start to wear even if you grease it, but if you grease it you might have double the life expectancy out of your excavator or your dumper than if you don't grease it. And like I said, I will become the grease guy maybe, but it's so important. I hate it every time you go buy a second-hand machine, you see they're not greasing it. I'm like, why? It's 3 euros a bottle, even if you don't do it every 50 hours, I don't care. Just do it sometimes. We'll re-grease them soon. Most of them, well, all of them, except the bottom pivot joint is not taking grease. All the rest is taking grease. Not 100%, but once I start using it, it starts to get hot. After a day of using it, just after, stop the machine and grease everything. So everything is hot, and I might push out some more. The only advantage I have now, it's a 2012 low hour machine. So there is not a lot of play, so I can not undo the damage, but I can stop the damage from continuing until I sell on this one or the other one. We will see what we're gonna do. Or I have been thinking as well, because having just two sitting here, that's stupid. I've put a lot of work in the red one, which will run. I will make it run once the starter is here and finish it fully. Is maybe rent one out. It's also an idea for people in the area if they need a dumper for a week or something. Just rent it out. If it's making money every month, even if it's only a week every month that it's rented out, and I can just keep them both. And then I always have one on the farm and one maybe goes out somewhere, so we'll see. Alright, today is the day we can finally start working again. Yesterday I took off this plate so we could do, I'll flush out the old brake fluid and put the right one in. That's what we did. And because this was open I could check the gearbox oil and it was almost empty. I opened it up and there maybe was half a liter that came out and it was like brown chocolate. So not good. What I noticed today, it is leaking at the same place like the red one. So at the upper prop shaft where it exits, there is a seal there and that seal is probably gone. So it's leaking there. Maybe it will stop, I don't know, with the new oil maybe cleaning it. I don't know, but I don't think so. But it doesn't matter that much. It's a small leak. I can keep on working and we'll do it in the winter when I don't need the machine. This is... Oh, lucky that I look. This is not hydraulic oil. This is the correct one. Oh no, there's an empty battery now. Ah, la 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 la, always something. How is this possible? Last time it started without a problem. Oh well, let's start working. I thought let's start working after all this time. And now the excavator battery is like, yeah, not today. Not today, Philippe. If this is still the original battery, it says Bobcat on it. Maybe I can find a date, then it's not surprising that it is out of order now. But why today? I would just want to work. I just want to work. I'm not asking that much. I just can't get a break, eh? Same with the other one, eh? The red dumper. All the time something new appears. All the time it was dry. Then we decide to buy a new dumper and it rains for 2 days while I have the new one. Then the day that I can start working, the little digger decides to not start. I mean, come on, it's just ridiculous. Started. We'll see what it says, but I am gonna order one anyway because it is an old battery and I don't think I can find it easily over here. Let's see if the battery is dead or not. I think I worked an hour and a half with it, 2 hours maybe tops, so it should have charged. Well, that's a dead battery. So every time I shut it off, I will have some fun trying to get it running again. Okay, take the side plate off.